Welcome at forextrading.com. It's 54 minutes after 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 28th December. Welcome after Christmas break. Let's see what happened just before Christmas and right now, 2 days after markets opening. Right now we are looking at 4-hour chart S&P 500 and we see here there are no sellers. Market is still growing. Market only took a short breath, probably as action for buyers, those buyers from here and before, taking the profit. That's why the market had to take a breath. And it came back to the upside in a classic way after this little breath. So I am expecting, of course, more uptrend movement based on the trend and recent behavior. And it's not that I was saying this few days ago, it's not that we have some super strong demand, that we have some super strong uptrend. It's rather that nobody's selling. You see those candles right here are medium and very small size based at 4-hour chart. But there are no sellers as well. So there is kind of special gravity that is pushing S&P contracts and other indexes higher and higher every day because there are no sellers. And there was, of course, a Christmas rush at the markets, and it can be continued in January as well. So the markets can really grow aggressively even more in next couple of or more a few weeks. Only please be reasonable. I'm not saying we are looking for some kind of bigger breath or retracement or anything. We are having super trend and it's still growing and that's very fine for me. Only I wouldn't feel very comfortable with entering the market right now with long position. Either way, short as well because we are having an uptrend. So if I'm looking for a position, would be long. Only those candles right here, small and medium size, doesn't necessarily show us that we are having very strong demand. So that's why the next move occur. I will be looking if it will be built from those green, beautiful, big candles or small, insignificant candles like those here at this move. So it is very important this quality of move, if it's going to be fast, aggressive, and strong, or it's going to be weak and static. Please be cautious that this Christmas rush might be finished in January or February, we don't know that, and there might be some kind of retracement or bigger breath at the market, especially there are no very strong big buyers coming before Christmas. I'm saying about this part of this big growing wave. So basically, I'm waiting for January to happen. First few days should show us clear. Are we having some kind of stagnation? I mean, stop in this very fast growing. I mean, the price will move forward, but higher and higher in this kind of move quality were made from small candles. Are we gonna see great demand? I mean, buyers, significant buyers coming in like it happened here and at the beginning of this move or in the middle of it. So that's pretty much it about index. It has its strength. It has also its weakness right now at the moment. So please consider both when you're thinking about entering the market. Let's see about currencies. I was saying for the last couple of weeks or even more that we are having a downtrend in pound dollar currency and we are having those sellers coming in at the markets more than a couple of times, and right now I see some higher highs and higher lows at the market, so it could be something like a beginning of trend changing, but right now it looks like a significant or a medium-sized regression. Looks like a flag channel where when the prices is making higher highs, higher lows, but it doesn't really mean that we are gonna enter the long position right now at the moment, because the price can accelerate to the downside based on the medium and big trend at 4-hour pound chart. So as a conclusion for last month or the last couple of weeks before Christmas, pound was driving a euro dollar lower and lower. On the 4-hour chart we see those moments when pound accelerated to the downside drove this currency main pair to the downside. But I was saying last few days before Christmas that this situation right here, this channel you can see at euro dollar, is telling us that the sellout from the pound that was driving euro dollar lower and lower, it's really up to finished. I mean, there was a possibility that euro dollar will accelerate when pound would be accelerating still to the downside. I mean, more aggressively, more and more, but it didn't happen. So the first situation, pound took a reverse to the upside. Euro dollar use it to get up strongly for a few moments. We'll see if it's gonna be continue. So what I was saying and what I'm saying right now, the at euro dollar situation is different. Those waves right here, green big candles, were telling us that we are having rather demand. So we are having rather signs that euro dollar wants to grow, and it was driven by force and from the pound perspective to the downside. So pound was drove a euro dollar to the downside by force, even though it wanted to grow. We see euro dollar wanted to grow at 4-hour chart, and it was driven by force by pound to the downside. And then situation happened that buyers and sellers came to some conclusion. And we see also this regression I've noticed here. Also, just before Christmas, looked as a dome. You see here this half elliptic shape made a dome. At 4-hour chart, domes might be a trend changing pattern because it is a big pattern at 4-hour chart. I mean, the buyers and sellers came to conclusion there is no sellers right here at the market and no buyers as well, but this sellout slowed down significantly. You see, this moment right here has nothing to do with those sellout moments and driven by pound. So I was saying before Christmas, when the pound will take some bigger breath, euro dollar might use the situation to break out to the upside. And that's what happened here. And this currency might be driven by demand for next hours or even the days. It depends on the situation at pound. If the pound breaks to the downside and accelerate to the downside, the euro dollar might not make it to the upside. It's obvious because of the correlation of those two pairs. So please be very cautious coming at the market at long position at euro dollar, and also we have to be cautious whenever we are trying to get a long or short position at pound. I would wait for some more interesting situation to happen. For example, at euro dollar, we see here this beautiful dome is seen also at 30-minute chart. You see it is very big and strong pattern when the buyers and sellers were at the same point, we could say equal, and the buyers came along from the situation and broke out to the upside. And right now we are in rectangle pattern when the price has more probability to break out to the upside. Only the pound is probably driving right now the currencies lower and lower. So if the pound would make it to go to the upside, euro dollar would probably break out aggressively higher and higher level prices. But pound doesn't seem to grow right now, or doesn't look like it will be growing in near few hours, unless something will change. So please be cautious also with pound because it might be going both direction right now. And I'm looking forward if pound is gonna accelerate very fast to the downside. If it will be happening, I might be interested in going short at the pound and ignore long position at euro dollar, which will be coming down probably as well after the pound breaks out to the downside. Interesting thing, some formation, some pattern starts to be more clear at the gold. When I was saying after those beautiful shadows here, I was saying at the market that I would be more comfortable to go long at this market when the pattern would move to the sideway for some kind of time. And it really did. After this fake breakout, we came back to some even lower levels than those shadows from before. But market didn't make it. It came back to its rational, reasonable, comfortable zone. At this point, it would be a rectangle like this one. And we see some shadows coming back to the upside, one and second one, which is also the same level as from before. So we might see some interesting breakout to the upside in the future. I mean, more interesting than this one that happened shortly after price coming down and move to this not comfortable zone and made double bottom and started to move to the upside again, but it didn't make it. It was too fast, you see. Back then, that's why I marked this rectangle at the middle as the symbol that I would prefer the sideway movement for a while after this drop, that market feel comfortable here, that buyers and sellers see some kind of interesting points in coming long or short at the market, and then to join them in a probable long direction. After consolidating for a while, we might see some stronger movement to the upside. It is only something that might happen at 4-hour chart. We'll see how it's gonna be probably in near future. We'll see about that. So thank you very much. Thank you for listening. If you're interested, please see some live trades example and online training program. Thank you very much.